On to step 7, find the variable cash flows. So we're going to use GoalSeek to get the first year taxable cash flow to match the website's expected cash flow by changing the variable costs. Okay, so let's see what our website said. Our website said that our cash flow is $800,000. Now, I said at the beginning that we're going to assume that this is the after that taxable cash flow. It could be argued that depreciation should not be included in that. If you want to calculate it without depreciation, you can. In fact, I'm going to, but sometimes depreciation is not significant, and so it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet, and I'm just going to go Control Home and go down to the inventory, and I'm going to make a formula without depreciation for the first year. So I'm going to go equal sales minus whatever the inventory is minus whatever the total is. So this should be $800,000. So what does this have to be to make it $800,000? Now you might see a problem already, but just bear with me. So I'm going to go back to here, what should be the $800,000, and go GoalSeek, which is Alt-A, that's data, W, which is what if analysis, and G for GoalSeek. And so I'm on the right one, say set that to, and hit tab, 800,000 by changing, and then hit the up arrow to go out to the spreadsheet. I'm going to go across to this inventory and enter. And it says it's minus $330,000. It's got to be positive. And I think what's going on is that the person who owned this business was the doctor. And the doctor was paying himself. And so he didn't subtract a salary. Now this salary is $300,000. And this is $330,000. So even if you add back on the $300,000 and then Alt-AWG and make that 800,000 by changing that, it's still $30,000 off. And so I think that a couple things are happening. One, their claim of $800,000 might be a little stretch, or maybe I'm assuming too much. Maybe he's paying his support staff less, or maybe he's cutting corners, or maybe he's embezzling. Who knows what's going on, but it's not quite this. So I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to, instead of finding it this way, I'm going to go ask ChatGPT, how much would the inventory be expected to be? So tab, what would be and I'm going to call it expected variable costs be for business like this one. And go Control Shift Tab, Control L, Control C, Control Tab, Control V, and Control Enter. It's going to give you a lot of blah, 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 blah. Usually gives you a good answer at the end. I just want an expected variable cost range. Not a lot of blah, blah, blah. need a number, not a percentage. Wow. Variable? I thought it would be closer to 45,000. I did this before. Yeah. So why did you say $300? $350. You hallucinating ninny. Yeah. Okay. So there's kind of back and forth. Um, so $45,000 is what I'm going to put. And that would mean that um, the the real amount that I'm getting, if I put back in my salary, is 725. Now, maybe his salary is more than 300,000. Maybe it's 375,000, but that would explain uh, that. So for me, my because I have to hire a doctor, my total annual cash flow is 391,000. And that's step 7.